That is our mascarpone cheese in there. Look at that. That is real mascarpone cheese. That is sensational. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're making mascarpone cheese. If you hear the rain, it's raining. We're making it properly. We're going to use tartaric acid. Okay, now all the people that show on the internet making mascarpone cheese by a squirt of lemon, they're not making mascarpone cheese. In the commercial world, everybody uses tartaric acid. That's what we're going to use, and you can buy it online. Now you can buy small bags, big bags, whatever, but you know, we're going to use a litre of UHT cream, which takes 2.4 grams of tartaric acid. Not much. Okay, nice and straightforward. This is UHT cream. It has a fat content of 33.5. Really, you need a fat content of 35 or more. So we're doing it with less fat content and it's still going to work. What you do, you strain it, and you strain it for a longer time. Okay, so just tip that in there, nice and straightforward, straight in our pan. And what we're going to do is heat that up nice and steady to a temperature of about 85-90 degrees. Now if you don't have a thermometer, it's sort of steaming but not boiling. You do have to stir it. We don't want anything to catch on the pan, but you know, you don't have to stir and stir and stir, so just nice and steady. So just give it a little stir. We don't want it to catch. Whilst this is heating up nice and gently, we're going to take our tartaric acid and we're going to put it in there, and we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of hot water. And we're going to dissolve it. That's all it is. Dissolve that in there and put it to one side until we're ready to use it. So that's dissolved. One side. Nice little stir around, don't let it catch. So we got a little bit of a shimmer going on here, look. That is about 85 degrees. Okay, so we go in there with our tartaric acid and we cook that in there nice and gently for about 5 minutes, and it will noticeably go thicker. So you need to cook it for about 5 minutes at the same temperature. It is going thicker, I can feel it. Okay, what you've got to do is dip a spoon in, okay, and if it coats the back of a spoon, like that is, can you see? That is enough. So we turn off the flame and we let that come down to room temperature. Okay, it's going to take a good couple of hours to bring this back down to temperature. We want it cold, and then we're going to stick it in the fridge. We're going to put it in the fridge for about 4 hours and it'll thicken up a little bit. And we want it quite thick before we actually put it in our cheesecloth through a sieve, because the thicker it is, the more mascarpone cheese we keep in the cheesecloth. So let that go completely cold and then we stick it in the fridge for about 4 hours. Ooh, that's hot at the bottom. Okay, there you go, straight out of the fridge. And you can see that's quite set up in there already. Now what we need to do, there might still be a lot of fluid in there. We need to take a sieve over a bowl. It's going to go back in the fridge. Take yourself some cheesecloth. Stuff that in there. Okay, so it really is a straightforward one. It's scoop that there into there. And this is really good mascarpone cheese already. There you go, look, it's a bit loose there, look. So all we're going to do is put that in there, wrap it up, put a weight on, and if there's anything to squash out, it's gonna come out. Now, this is made with UHT cream, 33%. So it can be done. There you go. So there you go. Using tartaric acid, you make mascarpone cheese. It's so simple. It's just time. You do nothing, you stick it in the fridge. You know, it's as easy as that. And this is going to yield about 900 grams of mascarpone cheese from a litre of UHT milk. Right, bring that up nice and gently. Give it a little one of those, and I'm sure some fluid is going to come out of this thing. And we want to put a little weight on there just to sort of squash it down. Now you can put anything on to weigh it down. The more weight you put on, the firmer the mascarpone cheese. So if you want a nice firm but spreadable cheese, make sure the weight is not too much. So we're on, we got a weight, and we chuck it in the fridge. There you go. Now we're going to stuff it in the fridge. It's going to go in there till later on this afternoon. It's going to go in there for about 6 to 7, 8 hours, somewhere around about there. And then we're going to take it out. Full mascarpone cheese. So let's get it in. And then the next time you see this, it'll be mascarpone cheese. Okay, there you go. There is our fluid that has come out, which is virtually nothing. That is our mascarpone cheese in there. Look at that. That is real mascarpone cheese. That is sensational. So there you go. That's how easy it is to make mascarpone cheese. Made properly with tartaric acid. There you go. All you got to do now is put that in a container. So what we'll do, we'll weigh the container and weigh the contents of that, and you will see how much mascarpone cheese we actually got from 1 litre of UHT cream. Not even real cream, UHT cream. So we're just going to pile it on and then we'll sort it out afterwards. So there you go. We have got 808 grams of mascarpone cheese from 1 litre of UHT cream with a fat ratio of 33.5. So I think that is absolutely fantastic. There you go, mascarpone cheese made. So all we got to do now is get it into some containers. So all we got to do is do the taste test. Absolutely sensational mascarpone cheese. So easy to make. It's just time. All you've got to do is let it sit. It does its own thing and you have perfect mascarpone cheese ready to use in your desserts or whatever. Even just eat it over a cracker. It's delicious. What does it taste like? Mascarpone cheese. It's off the charts. It's sensational. It's easy to make. Share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make mascarpone cheese. And if you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and we'll catch you in the next video. Now this stuff lasts for about 5 to 7 days in the fridge, so make sure you use it or eat it. There you go.